Welcome back to Deep Dive. Today we're getting into something specific but really important in manufacturing. The Pedrazzoli Super Brown 350 AP cold saw.
Yeah, it sounds pretty niche, doesn't it?
It does. And they call it cold because unlike some other saws, it cuts metal without generating a lot of heat, which, leads to a cleaner cut. We're looking at how this kind of tech can be a real game changer.
Exactly. And digging into the details like the product descriptions and feature lists, it really gives you some fascinating insights into, well, modern engineering and fabrication. It's not just what it does, but how it does it.
Right. So our mission really is to pull out those key nuggets. How does this machine genuinely boost production, cut down on labor needs, and give you those superior results they talk about?
Okay, so let's unpack that first part, efficiency and less labor. The sources really highlight this semi-automatic step feeder.
How does something like that, especially, being able to do 9 repeat steps over 18 feet, how does that actually change things on the shop floor? I also see notes about a pneumatic vise for speed and a standard programmable piece counter.
Well, what's really interesting is how these bits translate into, actual bottom line benefits. That pneumatic vise, it's not just faster loading.
Okay.
It means you get consistent, really secure clamping every single time, less fiddling, less variability. And that step feeder you mentioned with its feed regulators, it's more than just speed.
Right.
It lets you do multiple precise cuts one after the other with like minimal operator input. So
Wow.
you're freeing people up.
Okay. So it's not just about saving money on labor costs.
Not entirely, no. It's more about reallocating your skilled workers. Instead of just feeding the machine, they can focus on more complex setups, custom jobs, maybe troubleshooting,
Yeah.
higher value stuff. It really sort of reshapes the workforce dynamic.
That makes sense. Okay, shifting gears a bit, the quality claims. They're pretty bold. Burr-free parts devoid of heat transfer. Minimal cleanup needed. How on earth does a saw achieve that kind of finish?
Yeah, that's the impressive part. It really comes down to some smart engineering aimed at tackling common problems like vibration.
Right, vibration's bad for cuts.
Exactly. It causes those rough edges, the burrs you have to clean up later, and kills precision.
Huh.
So the specs mention these heavy-duty cast iron bases. That's not just for show. They actually dampen vibrations significantly.
Okay, so a solid
A
foundation.
very solid foundation. Then you've got this anti-burr device. It actively supports the material right at the cut point, helps prevent that burr from even forming.
Ah, clever.
And add to that the coolant system, an electric pump keeping things cool, and even a little roller that cleans the blade inside the cover. All of that works together to stop heat buildup.
Which protects the material and the blade itself.
Precisely. And you've also got variable blade speed, 15 to 90 RPM, it says, so you can fine-tune it for different metals, ensuring you get that quality cut no matter what you're working with.
Got it. So thinking about using this thing day in, day out, the sources talk about a proven machine design, unparalleled reliability, years of expertise behind it. Sounds robust.
Mm-hmm.
And they mention user-friendliness too. Convenient control panel, easy access e-stop, even things like a special gearbox clutch to prevent blade breakage and constant lubrication. What's the impact of all that?
Well, it means reliability and usability are, just as important as the cutting power itself. Think about it. A saw could cut perfectly, but if it's always down for maintenance or tricky to operate or choose through blades.
Yeah, you lose all the efficiency gains.
Exactly. So these features, the clutch, the auto lube, the robust design, they're all about ensuring continuous operation. Less downtime, fewer mistakes, just consistent output. Makes it a real workhorse for demanding shocks.
So summing it all up then, the Pedrazzoli Super Brown 350 AP is, well, it's a great example of how really thoughtful engineering in one machine can create huge gains. Efficiency, that top-notch quality, burr-free, no heat plus reliability, and like you said, it even changes how labor is used.
It really does. And, this kind of specialized machine optimizing things today, it does raise an interesting question for you listening.
Wow.
Yeah, thinking ahead. How might things like, say, AI or more advanced robotics further transform the precision and efficiency we see in fabrication? What kind of maybe unexpected impacts could that have on the products we all use every day? Something to think about.